Test, test, test. Hey, hello. Welcome to another flight live stream by Virtual Flight Diaries. We are here on the ground at Santa Monica. We're going to be taking our movie star client and his significant other up to Aspen, Colorado. And we're live on VATSIM. And yeah, let's get going. So I wanted to do a little 777 stuff today, but my flight controls that I got from Blackbird Controls just arrived. So I thought, what the heck? We've been doing some airliners. It's been a while since we've been in the Lear. So I thought, hey, why not take her out for a spin? So that's where we are. So this is my first time with Los Angeles Center. So this should be interesting. I heard there gets a little busy. So let's get on board and let's get set up. All right. So we'll close the stairs. Does this not close? There we go. Let's see if we can do it from the panel. I don't like that. That's not. Oh, you know what I have to do? How about that? There we go. I forgot there's a seal switch. All right. We are good. So I got center tuned in, but I don't hear anything on the frequency. Guess they're not so busy. All right. All right, so our flight plan is in. Got it all preloaded for us just so we can save some time. Got beacon light can come on. Secondary battery switches are on, inverters are on, hydraulic pump and stall warnings can come on. We'll fasten the seatbelt signs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been briefed on the safety protocol. I would just ask to remind you that leave the shades open for and during departure. And you want to sit back and enjoy the flight to Aspen. And just so you know, we have refreshments in the drawers next to you there over there. Over in, where are we? Yes, so there's refreshments in the table in front of you, and also just a reminder, there is no smoking on this flight. All right, thank you very much. I don't want to have to see you. All right. That all looks good. All right, so let's get fired up here. So turn in engine 1, or engine 2, I should say. start up pretty quick. Alright, generator's live. Turn that on. Turn that one. Spin it up. Sounds are okay in the Flysimware Lear 35, in my opinion. Alright, it's a good start on a 1. Get the generator up. And we'll set the lights for taxi. Test those. Power on the yaw dampener. And they put a nice handy chart in here. So we can look at our center of gravity, CG 17.5. So we're looking at 17.5. So we're at about 72, 73. So we'll just set that. Alright, trims are set. And we are done with you. We can put that away. Now real quick, we can look and see what our V1 speeds are. We can bug that. So our weight, takeoff weight is 15.3. So we're looking at just over 130. Right about there. That looks good. And we'll put you away. All right. Cabin pressure set. Cabin air is on. That all looks good. $126,525 is set in the box. Where is my pen and paper? Los Angeles Center, Lear 32 Papa Echo on the ground at Santa Monica. I'd like to pick up our IFR to Aspen. Huh, is that not working? Got 126,525. 126,525. the heck? Los Angeles Center, Lear 32 Papa Echo, radio check. I know my mic's working. Because I'm talking to you guys. Oh, wow. Let's try restarting the pilot.
South 916, wind 300 at 8, runway 27, clear to land.
Clear to land 27, Southwest 916, again, thanks for your help.
No problem.
There we go.
Center Southwest 269 with Whiskey, San Diego, IFR to Las Vegas. Request push and start.
LA Center United 208 on the ground at Burbank.
All right.
South 269, were you calling for push?
I was, Ben. 269 for push with Whiskey at San Diego.
South 269,
All right.
push and start is approved. Expect 27 for departure. Thanks for Whiskey.
Alrighty, radio. Okay, we got it working now.
For departure, Southwest 216.
United 208, pre-departure clearance on the way. Thank you so much. LA Center 70 Delta on the ground, John Wayne, rating taxi just short of Alpha at the SBO. November 8770 Sierra Delta, runway 20 right, taxi via Alpha Lima, cross 20 left at Lima. 20 right, Alpha Lima, cross 20 left at Lima for November 8770 Delta. And the John Wayne altimeter is 3005.
And send over from the full flat step, request pushback.
Weighted push forward. Okay, Lufthansa 457 heavy. Push and start is approved.
Just waiting for some a break.
If you want to push into the alley, that's approved. I would not recommend it. I would not recommend him pushing onto taxiway Charlie due to that 747 that's starting his engine. He's got 4 of them starting. You'll have a jet blast.
Okay, Lufthansa full flat step. We are ready for push and we'll try Charlie 7 as well.
American 1669 Heavy, welcome to Los Angeles. Taxi West Hotel right on Juliet, cross 25 right on Juliet to the gate.
Outside Juliet, cross 25 right, then Juliet to the gate on American 1669.
Hey, was there somebody else calling?
Los Angeles Center, Lear 32 Papa Echo on the ground at Santa Monica. Santa Monica, like to pick up our IFR to Aspen.
Lear 32 Papa Echo, Los Angeles Center. You are clear to Aspen as filed. Maintain 7,000. Expect level 410 and 5. Departure with me, squawk 2461.
Clear to Aspen as filed. Climb maintain 7,000. Expect 4105 minutes after. Departure is with you and squawk 2461. Lear 32 Papa Echo.
Lear 32 Papa Echo. Readback is correct. Expect 21 for departure. Santa Monica altimeter 3006.
Plan 21 for departure and altimeter is 3006. 32 Papa Echo. So that is how we do it. All right, so we're all fired up. Get my chart up. It's a real simple taxi here. Nothing very complicated. All right, so get some things here. We got 7,000.
2592, descend positive pressure flood level 180.
Descending in my destruction to 190 American 2592.
All right, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do the, there's a lot goes on with this plane. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do the whole cinematic view of our departure. I'll try. But this is a real busy airspace that I picked. So I do apologize for that.
And that'll be the Angel 4 arrival.
Angel 4, Canada 73.
Alright, so let's pull out over here.
877 Sierra Delta, wind variable at 620 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 20 right, cleared for takeoff. November 877 Sierra Delta.
Turn the steering on.
Center Demon 24 Global 400 with your Amazon Prime package.
I'm expecting one today.
Door. Oh,
Demon 24 radar contact 30 miles east.
why are we getting a door warning?
Level 400.
Midday level 400, Demon 24. LA Center United 2358 heavy with you.
I bet it's screwed up.
2358 Heavy, Los Angeles Center, radar contact 57 miles east of the 29 Palms VOR, maintain level 400.
Go. Alright, pitot heat's on, windshields to low.
193 Heavy, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie Charlie 6 Bravo.
25 right, Charlie, Charlie 6 Bravo, United.
Alright guys, let's get our taxi.
It's 5,000 United 3174 request.
Boy, this is some serious busy airspace, guys.
Runway 24 right, please.
United 3174, you want to...
It's definitely something that I'm not used to. But I always preach that we shouldn't be afraid of pushing our limits on VATSIM. It's always a learning experience. Guy seems pretty chill.
270 and maintain 5,000 feet, United 3174.
Negative, sir. Left turn 070. You should not be turning off the arrival.
Left 070, maintain 5,000 feet, United 3174.
There 877 Sierra Delta, radar contact, stay altitude.
5,000 feet, November 7 Sierra Delta.
There 877 Sierra Delta, altitude checks, climb maintain 13,000.
Climb
Alright.
maintain 13,000, November 877 Sierra Delta.
United 208 ready to push for me.
Put the runway in.
At 208, push and start approved. Expect runway 15 for departure.
Alright, push approved and we'll expect 15, United 208. Then look at the 45. It's a bit more planned. Sorry for that. Nevertheless, I would like to request push taxi guns, please.
Sounds a 457 heavy, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie, Charlie 6 Bravo.
All right. Boy, wow.
25.
This is real life, crew. This is definitely real life, right?
Good afternoon, American 2408, checking in at flight level 400 over Tube City.
Air 2408, Los Angeles Center, radar contact 3-4 miles east of the Grand Canyon VOR.
That's right, Skokmo C.
Maintain level 400.
143 underground at Lindbergh, request I-4.
American 2408, maintain level 400.
Maintain flight level 400 for American 2408.
Okay, somebody's calling for clearance. Who's that?
Surfer 143 underground at Lindbergh, request I-4.
All right, let's just do some quick things. Let's do our flight controls. Rudders are good.
Tripper 143 is
All
down.
right, we're all free and clear there. All right. Los Angeles Center, Lear 32 Papa Echo, request our taxi.
I think you said 10 miles per second. Los Angeles, it's 193 heavy rivet.
Wow, okay.
United 193 heavy. Flight runway heading. Wind 25010, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
On the runway heading, clear for takeoff, runway 25 right, United 193.
United 3174, you are 13 miles from Kobe. Turn right, heading 220. Maintain 2,500 till established on the localizer. Cleared ILS 24 right approach.
Clear ILS 25 right, maintaining 2,000 feet in 80 to on the central.
As you can see, guys, while we're waiting here, got a major update from Flysimware. So we got dual GPSs now, and I think they did a bunch of other stuff. That's pretty cool.
United 208, runway 15.
We'll take a look at it.
Alpha cross, runway 8. Burbank altimeter is 3007. Alright, 15, yeah, Alpha cross 8 for United 208, thanks.
Alexander Sherway 276 vacated off, landing Vegas vacated off of Alpha 6, response 14.
Okay, stand by. Somebody was calling, was that Southwest 269?
269 ready to taxi to 270.
Alright, Southwest 269, change your transponder, squawk code is 4720. Then taxi to runway 27 via Bravo.
Squawking 4720 transponder and taxi to 27 via Bravo, Southwest 269, thanks.
Fairway 276, welcome to Las Vegas, cross runway 26 right, Alpha 6, north on Gulf Terminal.
That's crazy that this guy is actually running, not only running the airspace, but running the airports.
14, cross 26 right at Alpha 6 for 276.
Yeah, go into Terminal 1.
Roger.
November 877 Sierra Delta, climb on course, maintain level 410.
Climb on course, level 410, November 877 Sierra Delta.
United 193, radar contact, say altitude. United 193.
United 3104, establish and localize the runway 34 right.
United 3174, wind.
Okay.
25010, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 24 right, United 31,
And 276, sorry about that. Repeat those instructions.
Burning fuel here, guys. I did take a little extra, though.
Spirit 276 negative, I said go straight ahead on Gulf to Terminal 1.
Okay, gotcha. Straight ahead. Golf number 1, 276.
Yeah, runway pulls up there. See the Alpha Bravo gate, so yeah, going up Gulf would be faster for you.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for 276.
No problem. Yeah, 193, you want frequency?
Yeah, we keep getting disconnected, but we're here.
Yeah, 193, are you in next plane?
Confirm.
Might be a scenery issue, it should get better once you get further away from LA. Radar contact, climbing maintain 13,000, turn, tell you what, let's just send you on your way. I don't have any crossing traffic downrange. Fly heading 230, enable direct DICEE, and for now maintain 13,000.
Okay, that's 13,000 and 230 heading direct DICEE, enable United 193, heavy tech.
No reason for you to go north if you don't have to.
Hey, 208, ready to go 15.
Jeez, I can't even get in there. Los Angeles Center, 32 Papa Echo, request our taxi.
9208, wind variable at 4, runway 15, clear for takeoff.
15, clear for takeoff, 208.
32 Papa Echo.
32 Papa Echo.
Gotta see which side you're at, the field you're on. 32 Papa Echo, taxi runway 21 via Bravo.
Taxi 21 via Bravo. 32 Papa Echo.
All
right.
Ready to go.
Should have told him what side we were on. My bad.
57 heavy. RNAV 2.
All right, we're finally going, guys.
25010, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 25 right, clear for takeoff, low trigger 45.
So far, so good with my first experience with an airspace like this.
Tempo 360, United 193.
A little insane.
November 318 Delta Tango, John Wayne, holding short of hotel for taxi.
November 318.
So we'll go up here to the start of.
Left at Lima.
We'll go up to the start of 2-1, and then
20 left at Alpha Lima for 20.
we'll sit there for about 10 minutes. Good thing I took an extra like 300 pounds of fuel.
77, we have information X-ray looking for IFR to Atlanta.
777, thanks for X-ray. I'm going to send you a pre-departure clearance.
All right, we'll get the PDC, Delta 777.
Turn our engines down a little bit. Ground handling is improved with this update.
Flight level 400.
All right, so we'll configure the plane for takeoff just to get ahead of ourselves here.
United 1363.
Lift down to 457, radar contact, stay altitude leaving.
Direct leaving, Lufthansa 457 heavy.
Say again?
All right, so we're going 400 feet.
Lift down to 457, what's your current altitude?
All right, so what I do in here, so I set the radar altimeter 400 feet just to give us a reference. This is also a radar altimeter. At 400 feet, we'll turn on the yaw dampeners and the autopilot.
United 208, radar contact, stay altitude leaving.
3,600.
Yeah, 208, altitude check. Turn right heading 300, enable direct tiller on course, maintain level 320.
Right turn 300 on course, flight level 320, 928.
American 1, expect ILS.
Center, LearJet 9, on the ground Vegas,
All right.
Austin with X-ray. American 1 Douglas front.
American 1, expect ILS 25.
All right, so we'll just get our landing lights on. Got recog and strobes are on.
Southwest 279, hold it short at 27 right for departure.
7,000's in.
226.
Reverse thrusters are armed in case we have to abort. We got 8 on the flaps.
Southwest 269.
And yaw dampener power is on.
Leaving my airspace to the north, radar service terminator. Frequency change approved, local center offline. Switch to advisory, enjoy your flight.
Hey, confirm chance, good ma'am, and consent for 92.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
$11, push and start is approved. Expect runway 27 for departure.
Roger, 27 for departure,
Center, good afternoon, after it's 37 Victor Super, time 152 with PDC and runner, request pushback.
MS37 Victor, heavy, move the mic away from your mouth a little bit. Push and start approved, tail to the right onto kilo, expect 24 left.
Sorry for that, tail to the right, on 2 kilo for the 24 left and reach 37 Victor.
Much better quality, thanks. American 1 at Circus, cleared ILS 25, left approach.
Out of Circus, cleared ILS 25.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm using the default Santa Monica. I did get a scenery for it. It said it was compatible with 24. It was not. I'm a little upset about that, but it wasn't too expensive. Los Angeles Center, 32 Papa Echo, holding short, runway 21.
3122, Los Angeles Center, radar contact 54 miles southeast, Peach Springs VOR, descend via the Rockstar for arrival, 26 left transition, information X-ray current.
Alrighty, we do have X-ray, and we'll descend via the Rockstar 4 with 26 left transition, Southwest 3122.
3174, welcome to LA, exit left, cross 24 left, and taxi to your gate. Lear, 32 Papa Echo, wind variable at 6, runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Runway 21, clear for takeoff. 32 Papa Echo.
LA Center.
All right. Let us get out of Los Angeles. Holy Christ.
American 643, I'm going to send you a pre-departure clearance.
Expecting PDC American 643, thank you.
LA Center, LearJet 9, ready to push back and start off with 22 with X-ray.
LearJet 9, I don't have RAM control. Push and start is at your discretion.
Push and start my discretion, LearJet 9.
Ready holding short 20 right, November 318 Delta Tango.
Oh, I didn't.
318 Delta Tango, wind 3106, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
Do not do this at home, guys.
November 318 Delta Tango.
Should have had my departure in already.
Walker 998 at flight number 320.
There we go.
Okay, 2 calling at the same time. United
All right, let's run them up. Let's get out of here. This airspace is way too busy for me. I'm a northeast guy. There's 80.
Yeah, 348 Los Angeles Center, radar contact.
Try to maintain center line, right?
The Parker VOR, maintain level 320.
Maintain flight level 320,
American 2408, send via the Angel 4 arrival on Ontario altimeter 3004.
KB, the Angel 4 arrival 3004 for
Come on.
24 weeks.
There we go.
Center Walker 998, Santa.
How's it rate? Gear up.
Computer issues before this one of the C-bar flight plans still valid.
Got a rocket ship mode.
Walker 998, let's see here. What was the departure you had?
Altitude select, nav on.
All right, Walker 998, your squawk code is 137.
Flap speed up.
Taxi.
Okay, 1370 will call you for taxi, Walker 998.
Actually, call for push.
Okay, we'll call you for push, Walker 998.
All right, so accelerate to 200. Just using pitch mode for now.
318 Delta Tango, check your transponder. You should be squawking 2431.
Check 2431, 218 Delta Tango. Number 37 Victor, super ready taxi.
318 Delta Tango, radar contact.
All right.
On course, maintain level 450.
On course 450, number 318 Delta Tango.
37 Victor, heavy, runway 24 left, taxi via Kilo Echo.
Oh, what was that?
37 Victor, super.
Lear, 32 Papa Echo, radar contact, south, you leaving?
We're leaving 3700, 32 Papa Echo.
Lear, 32 Papa Echo, out 2 checks, climb, maintain 13,000.
Climb maintain 13,000, 32 Papa Echo.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 777, we're facing south at Concourse Delta, ready for taxi.
Delta 777, runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie.
26 right via Charlie, Delta 777.
Not very nice out. California's been socked in for a while now, I think. All right, so landing lights can come off.
Southwest 269, looking for higher.
'69, climb maintain level 290.
Up to 290, Southwest 269, thank you.
Contact 457, radar contact 1.
Oh, that was a quick breakout.
143 ready for taxi with extra.
Center 143, runway 27 taxi via Hotel Charlie.
27 Hotel Charlie, Surfer 43.
South 269, turn right, heading 020, enable direct Yella, then on course, maintain level 290.
Let's accelerate up to 250.
American 1. Wind is 25010, runway 25 left, clear to land.
217 clear to left, American 1 heavy.
Center 1324, you got anything on United 34?
224 seconds.
You got anything on United 34?
All right, we're looking good. We are looking good.
Do it this time.
We are definitely looking really good.
Actually, no, we don't. Stand by.
So far, this has been fun. I've never done anything this busy before on VATSIM, and I wanted to challenge myself, and I was just crazy enough to do it live. So, yeah.
Star 11, I can. What do you need?
Got me taxi
Star 11, runway 27, taxi via Bravo.
What's that? Bravo.
Stand 193, Area Oceanic Airspace, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, San Francisco radio offline. Squawk 2000, enjoy your flight.
Alright, Squawk 2000, we'll see you, United 193.
United 208, Lima Airspace North, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, Oakland Center offline, switch to advisory.
Unicum 208, have a good day.
You too, United 2358, Lima Airspace North, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, Oakland Center offline, switch to advisory.
Over to Unicom for United 2358, heavy to.
Number 32 Papa Echo, climb maintain level 410, center is going to be closing, you can switch to advisory, enjoy your flight.
Climb maintain, flight level 410 and over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC.
See you later. Air Canada 783 at circus clear dial left 25 left approach. Below 10,000, or for now, go to advisory 122.
Well, that was fun, guys. That was fun.
Of LA 120.95.
That was very fun.
Circus clear dial 25 left approach and advisory for now 2095 under 10,000 Canada 73.
1228. There we go. And we're out. Wow, guys. Wow. I have nothing to say. I think I did well. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hey, if you're watching, hit that like button for me surviving LA Center for the first time. LA Center was interesting. All right, so let's do some cleanup work here. We still haven't accelerated, so let's bring that down. Bump up the throttle. We're above 10,000. We could turn off the recog. Turn down my engine sounds here for a second. It's getting a little loud. Do some aviation work here. We can discon the thrust reversers so we don't actually dump them in flight. Lights look good. Ignitions could come off. There we are. All right. Whew, now we can relax. All right. There's 250. We can put it into this IS mode. I am getting some stutters. I think it's the LA scenery. Yeah, see, I got bounced into a little bit of stutters. I'm gonna go to outside mode. I probably have to, it's been a while since I've dumped my cache. I probably have to do that. It's a beautiful plane. Yeah, I think we have to clean up our cache. All right, but we're good. Now we can relax a little bit. All right. So, hey guys. How about it? 500 subscribers. The channel has reached its milestone. I want to thank you guys. I know I posted a thank you onto the channel page, but I definitely want to thank you for being a part of this journey. And we're still going. We're going to go. We're going strong. So 500. You know what that means? That means that we are going to be planning our channel for our first channel long haul. And yeah, so you know, stay tuned to the thing. I'm going to put up some polls. You guys are going to be pick the plane, and we're going to pick a route, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I can't wait. But I can't believe we made it 500 for our first milestone. So so the next one's we're on to 1,000, right, guys? Any clouds today over Aspen? So I've been looking at the weather radar for our approach, and it looks completely completely socked in. Now, I don't know. There's some storms out over the Rockies, so we can let me check the weather. So Navigraph is saying let's see here, info. Navigraph is saying that it is VFR, so we will see. So we got winds variable, calm, 10 miles visibility, broken 6,500, broken 8,000. So, yeah, how is that VFR? If so, we got our bottom ceiling is 6,500. We could look at, yeah. So we're ceiling 6,500 with a airport elevation of 7,800. So yeah, it's socked in. I don't know what those guys are talking about. So this is going to be very interesting. We're going to be doing the RNAV runway 15. So let's get that in. RNAV runway 15. But yeah, this might be a little spicy. We'll get that approach in there. That way that's set. So no, I mean we got about an hour to get there, so maybe it'll all clear up. I don't have a TAF. I don't know if it's gonna get any better. Also, on Windy Ozoner, welcome to the stream. Zoom that out. This is actually pretty cool because it adds so much more, because I can add so much more information instead of just these 4 blocks. So it just increases our situational awareness so much. I love this dual GPS. And, and it's a Learjet. Money's no object, right, guys? So, who cares if we got $30,000 worth of GPS equipment in here, right? Actually, I think this is probably like, what is this, like $8 grand? And I think this is like 15. So $20-some thousand worth of GPS equipment. We're Learjet. We're taking movie stars to Aspen. So yeah, so that was really busy. So sorry if I wasn't as talkative as I normally am for that departure. Tried. Plus this thing's a handful to fly. It's so much fun, but it's got a lot going on. Alright, so they can move out around about the cabin. So we'll shut the seatbelt sign off since we're all the way up there. So Air to Live is supposed to be dropping the CJ3 tomorrow, I think it is. I wanted to pick it up, but I was watching some streamers that got some early access to it, and it looked like it had a lot of problems. So I'm gonna wait and see what it looks like when some other guys get it and take a look, because it looked like it had some nav problems. It wasn't following the GPS line. It wasn't following an approach. It wouldn't connect to an ILS, and that's not good. That's not good. So I'm gonna hold off. I think I was gonna kick the tires on that one tomorrow, but I think we're gonna do, since I got my Blackbird control levers for the 777. I think we're gonna do a 777 flight tomorrow. That'll be I think that's the plan. But yeah, so departure is departure in the Learjet is a high workload. Up in cruise, this is relaxing. There's not much going on with this. Just got to manage the different, because it's all, there's no auto throttle. We have to, make sure we don't overspeed, and LA was going offline, so we didn't get any crossing restrictions on our departure. We were just pretty much cleared right up. That's probably why he told us 5 minutes, because he knew he was leaving. But if you guys didn't know, here's a little trick with VATSIM. So I highly recommend getting VAT Radar. It's I believe it's run by VATSIM themselves, and there is a wealth of information on that piece of kit. VAT Radar. So one of the things is we can prepare for I think most people, from what I understand, the most nerve-wracking thing on VATSIM is like the IFR clearances. Just do some aviating here for a second. Use pitch control. When we get up above flight level 380, it starts to want to pitch level, which is just about to overspeed us. We are a rocket ship. Alright, so there's 1,000 to go, so we're just going to bring the power back a little bit. Here's 89. That way when we level off, we're not going to overspeed. There's capture. It's a little sharp on the capture. Alright, so we're just gonna manage our throttles here. I'll leave it here for now. So, what was I saying? Okay, clearances. So things like on VAT Radar. So you can use, I highly recommend, you gotta have a notebook when you're using ATC. So I use the CRAFT method. And CRAFT is an acronym for Clearance, Route, Altitude, Frequency, and Transponder. So you could pre-fill out CRAFT. So you're going to get cleared most likely to your destination. So you put your destination here just to remind you. So we're going to Aspen. So we were cleared to Aspen. So that's the C's covered. So our route was as filed. So that was an easy one. But what I put here in the notes was that I filed the Citrus 4 Las Vegas transition. So that I could check off because he was going to either clear us as filed or clear us, you know, the Citrus 4 because that was the recommended one anyway, and that's the one they were using. So that if he says, you know, cleared to Aspen via, you know, Citrus 4 departure, Las Vegas transition, then it's filed, and then, you know, you have that already written down. So then all you have blank here, so you know you're going to be cleared up to your filed altitude, which was flight 410. So I just put down here 410. You know, I had 10 minutes because that's the usual. He cleared me to 5, so all I had to do is scratch that out and put 5 here. So then you leave the altitude blank. So you just listen for... So when he's reading off the clearance, it doesn't matter how fast he's going. I knew it was going to be busy airspace, and he might rattle off real fast. Some of those controllers are pretty Spitfire. So he said 7,000, so I just wrote 7,000 there. Frequency was with you, or with him. But, you know, you'd leave that blank, or you could just look it up, you know, and kind of pre-write the departure. There's not many departure frequencies. So you pre-write the departure down, and then you don't have to listen for these. That's what I'm getting at. You don't have to listen for them because you have them all written down already. So you can kind of, you know, listen to see if he's changed it a little bit, but you don't have to like concentrate on it and write it down as it's going because it's already there. But what's cool about VAT Radar, when you file with VATSIM, VAT Radar will show you what your assigned squawk code is going to be. So then I just look at that, write that down. So then I don't have to listen, you know, I don't have to listen for that at all because I could. That's good. That's what he's going to say. And then you just read it back. So we were cleared Aspen as filed. Climb maintained 7,000, 410 5 minutes after. Departure was with him. Squawk 2461 and bang. IFR clearance done, and you got over the hump. Pre-fill it out. But if you get VAT Radar, like I said, you get that squawk code in there, and you don't have to worry about it. Because sometimes it's hard to hear. This is especially good when I found it out. This is especially good when I'm in on VATSIM in another country, where I have trouble listening to. You know, accents. So I kind of pre-fill it out because I found that, you know, mostly the filed departures are we can actually go a little faster here. We got the fuel, so 800 pounds required for our flight, and we're just over 3,000 pounds. Let me just double check before I start putting the pedal to the metal. Yeah, so not to 800 pounds, 2,000 pounds required for our flight, and we're at 3,500 pounds total. So yeah, we could kick it up a little bit. We're supposed to be at 7.5 anyway for our planned cruise. I'll kick it up to 90. So one of the things they haven't modeled is there's supposed to be an engine synchronizer here. That's these switches here. You can synchronize the engines via fan or via turbine. These are the fan speeds. That's what we go by, fan speeds. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. 7.5. 41,000 feet. We are up there. 41,000 feet. Yeah, so that's my breakdown for clearances. And then ATC is just a game. You listen for your call sign. When you hear your call sign, he's going to give you instructions. And you just repeat those instructions. He gives you an altimeter, you can say the altimeter. You know, it's going to be either, you know, hey, you're, you know, 30 nautical miles from blah, 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 turn left 340. And you just say, oh, or turn, and then all you got to say is turn left 340, you know, November, or Lear 32 Papa Echo. Or if it's really busy, you can break it down. You can go 32 Papa Echo. I didn't have to say that I was LearJet. He knew I was LearJet. So these are the things I'm learning with now reaching, you know, just over 100 hours on VATSIM. Little tricks. Little tricks to make your VATSIM experience a little easier. So if you find yourself in a busy airspace, that's what that is. And the other thing I want to tell you is if you're in a busy airspace, expect you're going to want to brief your go-around procedures, especially if it's a really busy airspace. If you're going into an event, you want to brief your go-around, because most likely you're going to get jumbled up. You want to know. So if you're going into a busy airspace, a busy airport, you're going to want to know how to put your plane in a hold, because you might be given that hold. You want to be able to execute your go-around procedures. Those are the two things. Everything else is just the same. Just it's going to be coming at you, and you're gonna want to concentrate, because you want to. There's a lot of call signs out there, and you're going to want to listen for yours, because you want to try not to miss that call, especially in a busy airspace. But this was one of the reasons why I wanted to do some LA ops, because I knew that they are a extremely busy airspace, and I kind of wanted to show you guys that even though I've never done Los Angeles before, with a few basic steps, you can make it through. And I'm sure I wasn't perfect. Nobody's perfect, and you don't have to worry about that. Because in the end, this is flight sim, not the real world. No one's dying if you mess up. Okay, I'm done with my VATSIM lesson. I remember Christmas event on VATSIM. I was on hold for 4 hours and was forced to divert. Yeah, that's another thing too. You got to plan your the diversion, because 4 hours? You had to be low on fuel. Yeah, you had to. That's another thing too. Fuel management. So if you're going into an event, you're going to want to plan for some extra fuel. It's just like Windy Ozoner said. You could be he was holding for 4 hours. That's a long time. You definitely want to plan for those holds. And that's another thing. If you use VAT radar, you can actually check out your destination and see what that traffic looks like. See where the conga lines of airplanes are coming in from, and then you could most likely plan on that hold. And then you're going to want to tune these frequencies ahead of time and listen. and see where they're holding people, what altitudes they're giving these holds at. Because if you stay ahead of everything, even flying a plane, you want to stay ahead of it. You could stay ahead of ATC, kind of get that pre-picture in your head. It's all situational awareness. And if you get all those pre-pictures and the things aren't so much a surprise, it's not as stressful. And don't be afraid. Like if you're on hold, and you plan your diversion, you tell ATC, hey, I'm at minimum fuel. If I can't be brought in, then I need to divert. Most likely they're going to tell you, okay, vectors to blah blah blah. Especially on an event, because there's just no way they're going to thing. And they don't do emergencies. So if you have to declare emergency for fuel, they're going to tell you to disconnect. Most likely, especially during an event. But look at that! I took 300 pounds extra fuel just because I knew look how long we were waiting on the ground to try to get in, just to talk to them. And that was just LA Center. There was no, no event going on, no anything like that. All right, so we're all looking good up here in cruise. We got our we're pushing the barber pole. We're just gonna watch that for a little bit. Let's see, what's our wind? So we're let's check our wind, see where our wind is. Oh, I didn't set that up. Change user fields. Well, ain't modern technology grand? So anyone knows me and knows this channel, I love flying that DC-3. VOR to VOR, but sometimes it's really nice to have a GPS with all kinds of nifty little gadgets. So we're actually running a headwind. That's why we're taking this. We're still doing 430 knots across the ground, but we're probably, I forget what the thing is. We're probably taking on, is that half? So what is it? Minus 10 per 10 degrees. So at 36 across the nose. I forget that calculation. One of my about 58 minutes to the top of descent, so everybody can just sit back, relax. I'm gonna chill out. Definitely time for some cruise music. We got the VFD no royalties lineup. Our smooth jazz cruise music. So how's everybody doing today? It was fun. I worked a little overtime this morning. It was nice to come back here and fly with you guys. The VFD crew. It's Wednesday afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. So what do you guys think of the Learjet? Have you guys, has anyone picked it up? I know it's been out for quite a couple of years now, but they've really got this thing dialed in. It's really nice. They got the air ambulance, because this is one of the things that Learjet is most commonly found is for air ambulance ops, and they now have a cargo version and a medevac version. And if you guys pick up Say Intentions, you can actually do medevac missions with their sky ops. Which is really cool. We've looked at some of the SkyOps stuff on the channel. We were doing search and rescue missions in a Huey in Aspen. You get the theme. I like the Colorado Rockies. Yeah, I don't know how much streaming I'm going to be doing next week. I'll make a post, but just to make an announcement while I'm live streaming. Next Monday is the due date for my first grandchild, so that is definitely going to curb our streaming and our time together, but it is definitely a good reason not to stream. So, first grandkid, it's going to be a girl. My son and his fiance are expecting their first kid, and I get to be a pop-up, so that's good news. All right. Well, no, we'll see. If you haven't already, if you like, subscribe to the channel. I tried doing a live stream schedule, but my job just is too unpredictable with my work hours. So rather than constantly saying, hey, Tuesday night stream, I have to push it because of work, and that's what I ended up doing a lot. So I dropped it back to try to stream 2 days a week, but you guys are gonna have to if you want to catch my live streams, you're gonna have to hit that notification bell. I'll try to schedule it ahead of time as best I can, but it's going to be a little more where YouTube's going to need to notify you guys. So if you want to catch the streams, you're gonna have to hit that notification bell. But I try to stream at least 2 times a week. A lot of times it ends up being more. But what's coming up? So, like I said, everyone knows this, knows me in the channel. I do a lot of DC3, so unfortunately we don't have a study level, high fidelity DC3. Why PMDG? Why haven't you done that? But because Rendazzo he's on a DC3, so anyway, I digress. I'm going to do a series on the DC-3 if you guys are interested, using the Aeroplane Heaven DC-3 that's in the sim with the Duckworks mod, which makes it tolerable. Now, not everything's modeled perfectly, but it's enough that I could do a little series where we can learn the DC-3. We'll learn about a little bit about the history, the differences. Most people don't know that the quadrant is not what we, so you have the props, throttles, and mixtures, right? But it's not what we're used to as far as those controls go. So I'm going to go over, what each controls mean, kind of like a nuts and bolts tour of the DC-3. Because I love it. I know some of the guys on the channel, you guys like the DC-3, and I thought it would be pretty cool if we broke it down. So that's coming. Working on that. 777's out. We all know that one. If you caught my my flight to Hong Kong with Vietnam Airlines, we did FS2 crew, and that was a lot of fun. It was definitely immersive having a first officer handle the controls, going through checklists. Took a while for us to get off the ground. We were on the ground for almost an hour, setting the plane up through, which is apparently the 777. The turnaround is long. You're not doing half-hour turnarounds in a 777. So it was more realistic turnaround. And the flight was about an hour and 40 minutes, somewhere in there. But it was cool. We used Beyond ATC. That didn't work out so well. They screwed up the vectoring, which has been pretty commonplace as of late. But like I just had the breakdown for VATSIM. I think I'm going to do a video series on tips and tricks that I've learned. Now I want to preface that with a little chuckle. Like I said, I 100. I can look it up right now. I'm a little over 100 hours on VATSIM, so I am by no means a VATSIM expert at all. But I could, where's my plane? There we go. So total time on VATSIM is 123 hours. But in those 123 hours, I've learned some tips and tricks. Plus, I did go through the controller course, and I graduated the ATC controller school for VATSIM. So that actually improved my. Highly recommended if you got the time. It's very time consuming, a lot of reading, but it helped out tremendously with how to plan and deal with controllers and airspaces, and it was a wealth of knowledge. I mean, even if you don't graduate, just like signing up for it and going through and reading all the course study and taking the tests at your leisure will just improve your skill level there immensely. But through all that stuff, doing the controller stuff and and just flying on VATSIM, I've learned some tips and tricks. So I was thinking of putting together a video for that too, video series. It might just be a single video, but I thought that would be pretty cool. But yeah, so you probably wonder, so you graduated the controller academy, right? But why aren't you a controller in VATSIM? Because of the time requirement. These guys are no joke. The time requirement to build the learn what you need to do was too much. I couldn't swing it with work and the channel, and flying with a virtual airline, trying to keep up with that. Just couldn't make it happen. So I was with Houston ARTCC, but unfortunately I had to get dropped because I didn't meet their requirements, and that's on me, not on them. I do not badmouth those guys one bit. But just going through the course will alleviate some of the, if you have some of those ATC jitters. And they get some of the phraseology wrong, but like say intentions can help. Beyond ATC, yeah, they can help too. It might help get the muscle memory of talking to ATC down when you're not talking to a live person. It might get you faster. You could certainly practice my IFR clearance tip. With programs like Say Intentions. So it's helpful in that aspect. So I was studying to be a ground controller, and I did talk to... they've since improved it on their own, but at the time, I told them that they were giving the ground taxi clearances wrong. And it wasn't just, hey, you did this wrong. It was on their Discord, and it wasn't Brian or any of those guys that run Say Intentions. It was somebody, a moderator or somebody that was on Say Intentions, and I just said, hey, the phraseology for ground control for the taxi is all wrong. Well, it's not all wrong. I said it's just a little off. And their response was, well, there's variations. And I was like, well, not really. Not from the controllers. There's variations from the pilots. Pilots always have variations in the way they talk. But the controllers, it's just generally clear, concise. There's an ICAO way of doing things. And I tried to explain it. I said, look, I'm going through ground control training, and it just sounds off. The phraseology is just a little off. And they said, well, that's just the way it is. So it's no mark on them, and it wasn't terrible, but it was just because I was going through some intense training that it just, to me, my ear, I was listening to so many different, I was doing my observer training, and I was listening to so many, the principal way of doing things, and it just to me, when I was doing Say Intentions, it sounded off the way they did it, and I forget exactly what it was, but it was a way that it was like taxi 2 runway something or whatever, and it's supposed to be runway 27 taxi via, it was, they were putting they were giving the hey, taxi to this runway via, and it's not. It's supposed to be runway first, and then taxi via those markers. And so it was really something simple. But I guess I don't know. It was just maybe they thought, because you know how when you talk with text, maybe they thought I was being snippy. Maybe I was just being too critical. I don't know. It wasn't my intention. That's my say intention story. But it's a great bunch of guys. I was talking to Brian over there at Say Intentions with the Sky Ops, with the search and rescue stuff, because I did do some search and rescue in real life. So I was trying to give him some things about possible improvements, and so I mean, really nice guys over there at Say Intentions, and my experience as a whole has been a lot better than Beyond ATC with Say Intentions. So, Virtual Flight Diaries, the YouTube channel, our stance is that we recommend Say Intentions. And I know not everybody has had those good experiences. So really it does come down to your own personal preference. You know, and Beyond ATC is pretty good. It's gotten a lot better. They've added that AI aspect to it, so you can ask for different things, and it'll respond. Like you see, if you check out that 777 video, you'll see that I forgot to write down my squawk code, and we were all out ready to taxi, and I'm like, oh, wait, I didn't put my squawk code in, and there's no way to go back and look. Like, there's no running script with Beyond ATC. So I'm wondering if, because you know, I read that they went more of an open AI on the ATC thing. They were experimenting with that, and I was like, hey, let me go back to ground control and ask for the squawk code, and you can do stuff like that now with Beyond ATC. So everybody's improving. AI is difficult to work with, I imagine. I'm not a computer programmer, so. So let's, so we're up here at 41,000 feet. And we got about 30 minutes to our TOD. So let's, so why don't I have any paperwork? So there's no chart for the RNAV Zulu? Really? Just want altitudes, right, guys? We've got a chart for RNAV GPS Foxtrot. I wonder if that has that on there. At least we can get some altitudes, right? So we're going to go to red table, and it's going to bring us around for an offset RNAV approach into 1.5. Yeah, that doesn't, that's like for a direct in off of red table. I gotta look this up, chat. I gotta look this up. I wonder if could we have a chart online? Pardon me 1 second while I try to find out what good altitudes are. RNAV Zulu. 15 into Aspen. See, that's my my bad, because I should have looked this up prior, right? We should have pre-gamed that. RP approach, 15 uses a GPS-based system. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da. That's Honeywell's page, and I'm not paying all that money. Alright, so let's see if we got the right one. Right, guys? Let's look at our approach. Set up in our flight plan. So let's check out our waypoints. No, that's not it. I mean, we could look at it, but I'm not gonna. Oh, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna show up because it's not activated. No, maybe it will. So you can see here, we're going to come in, go to red table, that's this VOR, and then we're going to be doing a loop around, and it's an offset approach. It's LNAV VNAV, so we should be able to hit the approach button. It should fly us down. I'm just looking for an initial approach fix. Like how high should we be at red table, right? I'm going to go with 13.7. We'll hand fly it if we have to. Hopefully we're visual. Oh, that's what we might be socked in at Aspen. Oof. This is going to be definitely interesting. So we have a diversion. We can divert to where are we diverting to? Yeah. So our alternate is Colorado Springs. So if it's too bad, if it's too terrible at Aspen and we can't get in there, we're gonna we'll just divert to Colorado Springs. Let's see. Let's double check my operating flight plan. I have my Navigraph up on a tablet here. You know what? You guys should be able to see this, right? See what I'm doing. Oh, don't crash my stream. Gotta load up. Make it bigger for you guys to see. Look at our flight plan here and see where should have our alternate flight plan. Yep, alternate route. So Colorado Springs, runway 31. We'll track 103. Distance 247. So we're not going to climb up to 420. We'll climb up to 20,000 and we'll go direct. We'll put this flight plan in. It should be about 76 pounds of fuel. A hard time seeing because I'm an old guy. Yeah, so 876 pounds of fuel. So when we get closer to Aspen, we'll double calculate our fuel just to make sure. $30 I put my approach in, so now it's added the RNAV approach in there. I wonder if the flight plan has altitudes in it. Okay, yeah, all right. So Waslow, we should be at 11,900, 10,000 at on cap, and then Dawson at 9,000. Okay. So we'll cross Red Table at 13,900, and we'll descend down to on cap at 10,000. So that's the plan. What did I want to double check? Oh, that's right. I wanted to see what our okay, so our crossing is Sitwoo, which is past Red Table. Alright, so here's the plan. 14,000 feet at Red Table and Sitwoo with that should give us some time to figure out what's going on, check out the weather. It's going to be a pretty fast descent. I wonder if I can adjust that. So do 2,000 foot per minute descent. Alright, so 23 minutes till our top of descent. Razor X, hello. I'm a new subscriber. Well, thank you. Welcome to the channel. How's the weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator there? So this is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and it's been pretty close to accurate. Maybe plus or minus 20 minutes sometimes, but it's fairly close. I mean, I've loaded into the sim with it raining outside my window and loaded into my local airport, and it's been raining in the sim. Clouds in 2024 are crazy. Not these clouds. These clouds are kind of mid, but a lot of the cloud renderings in 2024 have been pretty good. But yeah, welcome to the channel, and thanks for subscribing. Glad to have you along. Yeah, so all right, so we got our plan. We'll be at 14,000 at red table. Well, at Sitwoo, so at 2,000 foot per minute should be a nice, decent descent rate. But we're getting close, so let's also look at our fuel. So Razor X, nice. I think chat is delayed, but nice jet. I love it. Just like the Honda jet, kind of. Yes, chat is delayed. It's delayed 20 seconds. Or plus or minus. It's 15, 20 seconds, something like that. I have latency on just to help out with the stream frames. But so it is a little delayed. But what was the question again? It's nice jet. Honda jet, yes. So I flew the Honda jet, and there's some big differences. The Honda jet has a little less of a workload and more of a situational awareness with its electronics than the Lear 35. The Lear 35 has a more, because you know, it's a more what's the word I'm looking for? Because of it's more analog. There you go. And less digital. It's got a bigger workload than the Honda Jet, but it was fun to learn, and Honda Jet's fun too. That's the flight effects one, right? So, windy ozoner, I'm fighting with FS2024, especially on the ground. Many bugs and nonsense. So, are you in the beta? The Sim Update 2 beta? Windy ozoner? Because Sim Update 1 was almost crashing my sim with the bugs. But I loaded in Sim Update 2, and the recent update, it's been pretty smooth. I mean, right here I'm getting a base frame rate of 90. And I don't have a super powerful computer. So with frame gen on it, you know, it's 180 frames per second, but that doesn't display. But yeah, so what do I have? I have an RTX 4070 Ti Super. That's what's in my computer. Might have to. So if you just go with the beta, I think you might see improvements. And I don't know. Maybe you are with the beta, and then I don't know what to tell you. So I would be sorry about that. But you might have to make some adjustments to your level of detail. Like I am constantly fine-tuning the settings. But Razor EX, I mean, I don't know what sim you fly. If it's Microsoft 2020 or 2024, this plane, pick it up from Flysimware. It's actually it's a lot of fun to learn. It's fast bird too. She's a rocket. And we could do Mach 0.75 in cruise for like 2,000 nautical miles, almost full load. So old school bird, late 70s or 80s, still flying today. A lot of medevac ops with it. Just looks like a spaceship. So I remember as a kid I had a Matchbox of a Lear 35. It was like 1984, something like that. But see, I'm getting some stutters, especially when I transition, and I think that's because it's been a while since I've dumped my cache, my rolling cache. Talktown, what's good? Hey, welcome to the stream. Hey man, I'm just chilling here, heading up to Aspen. Everything's good. Just checking out the Lear 35. I don't know if you saw our LA center departure. I was testing my metal. I'd never been with the LA center on VATSIM, so wanted to give it a try, bring you guys along for it. All right, so everything's about 15 minutes until we're gonna head down. So everything looks. So we have our plan. We're gonna go down 14,000. We don't have any ATC, so it'll be. So that's what we're gonna get our CTAF in. So CTAF is 118.85. So we'll get that in the box. And we'll put that on standby. So we got our approach plan. We got our alternate scoped out, just in case it's pretty socked in. And we're all ready for descent. Bring it. All right. Hey, how's everybody doing back there? Our movie star doing good? All right. Good talk. But also, like I was saying earlier, but I think we were getting hammered by ATC. They did a big update, and I wanted talked out. Wow, this game looks realistic. Yeah, I'd say it's one of the best, the better graphically, simulators we've had in a while. Of course, that's a hotbed topic, especially depending on what kind of personal sim you're flying. But I think the ground textures look almost photorealistic, in my opinion. And this is one of the more higher fidelity planes in the sim. This is third party. Default planes. If you want to get into MS, into Microsoft Flight Simulator, the default planes are decent enough to learn on, and they're pretty simplified. So it has a learning curve, especially if you don't know much about sims. I don't know what skill level you are, but the more higher fidelity. Once you learn the basics of the flight simulator, then you can get into the more higher fidelity ones. Like this one, which has more systems depth. Although this one, I don't believe failures are modeled. Actually, I think failures aren't modeled, so you can't break this plane. A lot of the planes in the sim, you can break them if you don't do it right. One of the coolest things in this sim is the nighttime lighting. Once again, hotbed topic. Everyone has their opinion of it, but for me personally, I think the night lighting with the cities in this simulator looks great. When I say hotbed topic, everything is everyone has their own sim that they love. Some people are X-Plane, some people are P3D. Some people are, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've always been a Microsoft Flight Simulator guy. So, the X-Plane guys, they fight the Microsoft guys, and the Microsoft guys sometimes fight the X-Plane guys. My thing is, fly the simulator you like. Why fight? It's like, oh, your simulator sucks. No. Fly what everyone has makes you happy. Fly what makes you happy, because that's what this is about anyway, right? The nuts and bolts of it. This is not real life. It's a video game, right? So why is one person's video game worse than another person's video game? But yeah, this one's pretty high fidelity. A lot of systems are modeled. A lot of old school type systems are modeled. There's no like any kind of auto throttle. You can't punch in the speed you want to fly at and have it just automatically fly it. You gotta manage the throttles through the different gauges and systems. So. But once you have it all down, it's pretty fun. And I'm not perfect. You watch some of my streams. We crash. We don't do the butter landings all the time. But we try and we have fun, right? All right, so we got about 9 minutes till we have to come down. There are top of descent. So when this thing gives you the notice vertical track, just for those that are learning to fly this plane, when it says vertical track, it means you're 1 minute to a change. So it's usually top of descent. So when it'll say vertical track, 1 minute until you acquire top of descent. It will also tell you in approach, when you're on an ILS or an RNAV coupled approach, it'll say vertical track, and that means you're 1 minute from intercepting that ILS or RNAV approach. Windy Ozone, I fly both. Flight dynamics better in X-Plane, visuals are better than Microsoft. Most MFS pilots have had time to land the plane in X-plane. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I hear. And I have no opinion on that because, and that's what I hear. I hear the flight dynamics in X-plane are way better than Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I don't fly X-plane. So I can't make, I can't say yes or no or even join that argument, nor would I want to. But you say you fly both, so you have a better understanding of that. So the flight dynamics in X-plane are better. And for the longest time, you still don't see it. X-plane has been used in flight school simulators forever. And no one's going, hey, let's throw in Microsoft in there. They still use X-plane. So there's got to be something to that, right? What I can tell you is that the flight dynamics, ground handling, approach, ground effects are better in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 than they are in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Because I flew both. And all of them are way better than P3D or FSX. But I can't speak for X-plane. So we'll have to go with Windy Ozoner. Agree with 2020 versus 2024. Yeah, they are. They are greatly improved. Will they come up to the flight dynamic standards of X-plane? I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see and hear from you X-plane guys whether that's happened. Because I don't foresee myself going to X-plane. There's a lot to X-plane that I just don't foresee myself getting involved in. A lot of sceneries you got to download and load, and I'll stick with 2024. I've actually deleted 2020 from my computer. I'm strictly 2024 now. Because I said as soon as PMDG started dropping their planes in 2024, 2020 was done. So I've moved on to the other sim. And we'll slug it out in 2024 till, it took Microsoft almost 4 years to get 2020 stable, so we'll see. But I see that I'll probably get the so there looks like that NVIDIA is going to be coming out with the 5070, 5080 Super. So hopefully sometime, probably in the next year, because once things calm down with the whole 50 series hype, I'll get one of those to get the more VRAM. So I don't have to sit here and, struggle with tuning to make things work perfectly. And I think that's a lot of people are having problems is the VRAM. This sim is a VRAM hog, and to try to get it to work where, so I'm utilizing 16. I mean, I don't have my stuff up now, so but something like this, I'm probably running over half that VRAM. It's probably 8 or 9 gigs right now, just in cruise. You get an intensive scenery or something like that, and I'm pushing it right to the edge. All right, so 3 minutes to top of descent. So let's start preparing for that. We'll kill our music. so we can concentrate on what we have to do. So we're going to get 14 in the box. So the pitch hold, the pitch up and down is one of the major, pitch hold is one of the major uses in this autopilot. I actually don't even use vertical speed. So what I did was I bound that to my trim controller on my my Honeycomb Bravo so that it can fine tune the pitch. The Windows owners and users should be happy with 24 gigs of VRAM. Yeah, I mean, so the 5080 Super, you're saying 24 is going to be the in-between. I don't see the need for, I mean, maybe future 32 is going to be necessary, but I think 24 is going to be good for a good while. And all that's going to give me, right now is I'll be able to turn up my terrain level of detail and my object level of detail, probably max them out by 24. So it's just, all it's going to do is just make the sim look that much better. The default sceneries, the default airports are, you know, junky anyway. They look like, you know, terminals look like hotels, an apartment complex. See, there's that vertical track, so we're 1 minute out from our top of descent. So you really don't need a lot of fidelity there. And some of the sceneries that I do have are optimized, so my settings work well. The unfortunate thing was the scenery that I got off of I forget where I got it for Santa Monica, said it was 2024, and it obviously was not. I got 1 frame per second, and it nearly crashed the sim, so it was not compatible. But unfortunately, I will not be able to get a refund. But it wasn't too expensive, so lesson learned. Try to find reviews instead of trying to slam some sceneries in there. Might have worked better if I had that 24. It just wasn't optimized, but I don't know. All right, so there we go. So let's start down. So we're going to hit heading select, and then we could just pitch using our pitch trim. And we have our set descent at 2,000 feet per minute for our VNAV, and it's not a coupled VNAV, it's just an advisory VNAV. But we set that to 2,000 feet per minute. And there we go. So, we're probably a little late because I was talking. So we're going to go 2130, just a little bump down more. And another situational thing is we do have the banana, so when we get closer, we can make adjustments. Say, USA Airport 1 first. Hey, good day. Have you tried Asobo's 737 MAX? What's your take, please? So, I'm very disappointed with the default 737 MAX. It's coming, and maybe I'm spoiled, coming from the world of PMDG's 737 and iFly's 737, but in my opinion, the default 737 is junk. Oh, duh! Talking here, not paying attention. We're overspeeding, so we'll just power back. We bring about a good descent power back about between 60 and 70 to give us a good good descent speed. Now, let's pop out the speed brakes a little bit there. Okay, yeah, no problem. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I mean, if you guys can always, it's a default plane, so you can always give it a try. But it's not good in my opinion. All right, so everything's looking good. We're coming down. So this is our vertical speed required to meet our thing. So you can see it's adjusting a little bit, so we can actually bump it up. I'm going to probably come in a little early on it. I want to keep it around 2,000, but we'll keep an eye on that. Because if it gets too low, then we'll be down too early. But you want to remember, because this doesn't have an auto throttle, so you want to remember, like when you start your descent, you want to power back first. That's the step. You power back first to your descent power, and then you start down. It gives the plane enough to start, so you don't bump into, especially when you're riding as close to the barber pole as we were. So that's the procedure. I did not follow the procedure. So I'm using the pitch hold. The other one is you can use speed hold, and then you adjust your descent via the power settings. That works as well. But I have not tried vertical speed. So the way vertical speed works is you pitch. So you first pitch to the vertical speed you want. So we're at 2,000 feet per minute. I'm using pitch hold. We can hold 2,000 feet. You just click vertical speed and it'll stay, no matter what I do then after that, it'll stay at 2,000 feet. So that's how you use vertical speed in this. There's no dial in your vertical speed with this autopilot. It's all based on pitch hold. Pitch hold and power settings. But like I said, I've bound the pitch hold setting, the pitch up hold and pitch down hold to my trim wheel. And then I have the actual trim on my yoke, for takeoffs and landings and so on to trim the plane. But the autopilot pitch hold trim setting I have on my Honeycomb Bravo trim wheel, and it makes it easier to adjust. And you can actually get that fine tune thing. All right, so it looks like we're coming up, so we're probably fast than required. So I'm just going to bring up that. We'll bring it up to 1,800. I do want to come in a little early, but I don't want to come in really early. So just a little adjustment with my trim wheel, and we got a pitch hold of about 1,700 feet. So, have you seen the videos of Blackbird's Dirty 30? Yes. So, I know it's not expensive. It's about $20, but it is a alpha version. There's a lot of systems and a lot of bugs, and I can't wait for it. I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping it's going to be good, but I just can't bring myself to pay for an alpha. There's too many alphas in this simulator that are being put out on the market. I mean, I'll be willing to pay for a beta with more systems functionality, but no. So I'll wait on that one. But I did see it, and I think it's got a lot of potential. Because the last alpha that I purchased was the DC-9. and it just disappointed me too much. I know I haven't recently gone back. They've upgraded it. I think they're on version 3 now of the DC-9, but yeah, I'm done buying alphas. Unless it's a really good alpha with a lot of things. You know, sometimes they're labeling them, hey, this is an alpha build, but it works like flawlessly. Then I'm good with that, those type. So but what kind of craziness do we got here? Let's go to skier. Is this craziness here? Okay, so they have our flight plan in. When we get closer to skier, I think that's the go around the dotted lines. So when we get a little closer to skier, we're just gonna activate our flight plan, or activate our approach. Unless this is our how they got us going to. See, I don't have any good charts. I think, you know what, I think red table is the hold, so I think that's the missed approach. Because I know it's an offset. Weather doesn't look terrible. So we're in that vicinity. I'm going to switch to CTAF. A little early on the CTAF, but there's no traffic, so. There is another plane that's going to be approaching. What do we got? We got another Lear 35 coming in. Okay. We're here first. Let's activate our approach. Aspen traffic, Lear 33-2 Papa Echo on the RNAV Zulu approach for runway 15. Aspen. To get the flight recorder up. All right, so now we're definitely going to be going to red table. And we're below 250 indicated, so that's good. Let's slow us down just a little bit more. I want to get us closer to 200 because that's our approach speed. Throw out some speed brakes. Like I said, no auto throttle, so you got to kind of manage things with the throttle. You got to be the auto throttle. All right, so we're pretty high. Let's put the speed brakes out and we'll chop and drop. All right, so there's 14,000 at Situ. We want to be 11.9 at Naldi and 10,000 at Waslow. Windy ozone, hope ice not simulated in the LearJet. Oh, it absolutely is simulated in the LearJet, but you're right. You are right. So we'll just turn on the anti-ice. We got our windshield heats on already. Look at that. All right, let's go down to 10,000. Getting a little slow here, right?
Vertical track.
There we go. So we'll arm the approach. Go flaps 8. The speed brakes are up. Thank you very much. That's why I'm having trouble with maintaining speed. So this plane is another one that's two-person. It's actually not a single pilot plane, so, and rightfully so. Why are we climbing? I know why, because there's a bug. It wants to try to rush up to capture that glide slope. That's why I forgot about that bug. There we go. Now we can hit the arm. Well, I'm just screwing up left and right here. All right, so get the landing lights on. The flight recorder on. Well, that did work. Aspen traffic, Lear 32 Papa Echo, missed approach, runway 15, Aspen. All right, so now we got to be mindful of that other traffic. All right, so he's coming in behind us. Let's get some more power in here. Gear up. Keep it at flaps 8. I'm gonna climb back out. All right, sorry about that, chat. I don't know if I'll be able to look. Let's see there. Aspen traffic, 32 Papa Echo, turning downwind, runway 15, Aspen. Why don't I hear the other guy's radio calls? I don't like that. Let's go flaps 20. You're down. Where is that other guy? Alright, so we're going to level off. We're above the mountains here. I can't find the other traffic, so we're going to level off here. Trim it out a little bit. Bring it back to flaps 8. Trim, trim, trim. He's probably not on CTAF. Aspen traffic, 32 Papa Echo, turn and base runway 15. Come in visual here. Flaps 20. Aspen traffic, 32 Papa Echo, final runway 15.
Sync rate, pull up. Pull up, sync rate. Pull.
That's a better sight picture. Flaps full, gear down, landing lights on.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Yes, thank you. A little more power, getting a little slow.
$500.
500 check. Somewhat stable. Wow, the wind. We're getting slow, that's why. That was a little bit of a rough one. That wind coming down into that valley was crazy. Welcome to Aspen. Yeah, I'll clean it up. Some mistakes were made, but you know, all in all, it was okay. It didn't crash, right? Any landing that you can walk away from. Isn't that what they say? Aspen traffic, 32 Papa Echo, clear the runway, Aspen. And we'll disconnect. As I said, we got a little too low. Did some mistakes on the go around. A lot of stuff going on, but we didn't put it below where we couldn't fly it still. So Plus, I really do appreciate you letting me know my speed brakes are out, because I missed that one, and that would have been devastating. That would have been devastating, because if I'd have left those speed brakes out and it would have went into my turn upwind, we would have went into the mountain. So good call on that one. But here we are. We're Aspen. We got our VIP somewhat safely here. As far as he knows, it was safely here. We all know a little better. All right, parking brake is on. Flight recorder is off. And we're here. And this is default scenery, guys, which is, it's not bad at all. VIP will need some drinks. Yes, sir. VIP will need some drinks. It's a good thing we had like champagne flowing in the back, right? All right. So we're here. Let's check out our replay and see how horrible we did. Yeah, so I saw we were a little high, so I threw the speed brakes out to try and kind of dump it down and save the approach, which was a dumb mistake, hence why I said we're going to go around. And then we went go around, but I forgot that we had the speed brakes out. So who really saved the day was Windy Ozoner. That's why you have a first officer. As you can see, I'm trying to do the go around. Speed brakes are out. I'm just more throttle, speed dropping. We were seconds from disaster here. All right, so let's go ahead. Trying to look for traffic was very distracting. He was not on CTAF, so I wasn't hearing his calls. And we were unstable here.
500.
But we got her stable, and then the wind hit us. That was, yeah, we were bouncing around like a bathtub toy. Very turbulent approach. So our passengers probably thought they were going to die. Yeah, so approach is supposed to be at 130. We were about 120. So yeah, we were a little low. But we did stabilize it just before touchdown. So it should have been another go around, because we were unstable at 500. We were low on speed. But I decided to keep going because I have to go somewhere, so I couldn't keep going around. But we were able to bring it in. So like I said, a lot of mistakes were made, but we were able to bring her down in the end and didn't crash. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the stream. I'll wind it back. I landed from the third attempt myself first time. Yeah, Aspen's a little rough. I'm glad the weather is better than they were calling for, though. All right, guys. So thanks for coming along for my VIP trip to Aspen from LA. Picked this whole thing out so that I could do LA VATSIM for you guys. First time ever. You guys came along for it. It was great. It's great to have you along. We had USA April 1. We had Randy X, Talktown, Witty Ozoner, all you guys in chat. It was wonderful talking to you guys. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, we're on to the next one, guys. So stay tuned. Probably going to do something tomorrow if I can put it together. Do maybe some 777 lookout. Probably tomorrow afternoon. So if you haven't already, hit that like button. Helps out the channel. And on your way out, hit that subscribe button. We got more things, exciting things coming. And you're going to want to know about it. So until next time, this is Virtual Flight Diaries. My name is John. See ya.